Hi. All right, let's talk about healthy travel tips. I am leaving on a jet plane, going to California. California, other coast. I'm going to New York next week, and so it's just been on my mind. Like, what do I need to stay healthy? Especially the plane ride, right? That's what my clients are always like. Oh, I'm flying the plane ride, the plane ride. We know being stuck in that tube with all that recycled air and often there's someone who's sick, not too far away from us or something. How do we stay healthy on that long flight or even a short flight? So let's start with that. So I started thinking about that, and the number one go-to thing I use is probiotics. I really up my probiotics. I think probiotics are a good thing to take every day anyways, and I usually will double it up before a couple of days, few days before I go, the whole time I'm there, and then for like a few days when I get back. If I feel like I've gotten exposed to something or I'm fighting something off, I might even like triple it up myself. So probiotics are awesome because most of your immunity is in your gut anyways. And so if you can keep your gut healthy, you're going to stay healthy. That is like the key really to everything, and especially when you travel. So if you do get exposed to stuff, you're just strong, you're fighting it off, it's not a problem, right? Because we all know sometimes we can totally fight things off, sometimes we can't. That has everything to do with what's going on in your gut at the time. So, okay, so number two, essential oils, right? Of course, I'm going to use essential oils for everything because that's what I do. And the first off, I like to use oils that are going to be really protecting, okay? Kind of make a barrier, antibacterial, antiviral, that kind of stuff. So I like to use fir balsam or spruce blue spruce. Both of those are really like protectant. I just think they kind of like wrap you in a little awesome, forest, and they smell really nice. So usually people really like that, and they're like, what is that? Oh, it smells so good, and they want to have some. So don't be shy about using oils on the plane. I know some people can feel like, oh, but they smell good and people like it. And it's not like you're using some like toxic, nasty perfume. You're using this great, oil life force from the plant, and that is only beneficial and healthy for everybody involved. And so fir and spruce, those are two really good ones. I'll put them on my chest, I'll put it on my throat, underneath my nose, like anywhere where I'm going to be kind of like taking things in. Also, I get anxious flying. It seems unnatural. It kind of feels claustrophobic to me. So I will use oils for the anxiety of flying, which maybe you don't have a problem flying, but maybe just traveling feels anxious to you. So you could use essential oils for that too. So my go-to is frankincense for that, because frankincense is a total anti-anxiety essential oil, but it's also, it crosses the blood-brain barrier, which a lot of things don't do that. So it can actually go in and work with your brain chemistry. And so that's really unique and special about frankincense. So that's my go-to, and I'll use it like on my temples, on the crown of my head, maybe like at the back of my neck, at the base of my occiput where your neck starts. Lavender spike is one of my favorites. That's a go-to one for anxiety as well. But also that fir and spruce are really grounding, right? Those big tall trees, they're super grounding. And so those are helpful for anxiety as well. So kind of doing double duty with those. Next, I also think it's great to internally ingest some essential oils while I'm traveling. So any food that you can eat or an herb that you can eat, you could eat that essential oil as well, as long as you have a really clean, pure essential oil you're using from a good source, which does not include ones that you can go and buy at like a health food store. There's only a handful of companies in the US that you can buy a really clean essential oil from. So don't go to like, Whole Foods or Vitamin Cottage and buy an essential oil there and take that internally. That won't be healthy because it'll have fillers, even if it says it's pure. You can scroll through and look at my 3 things you didn't know about essential oils to learn more about purity and that kind of stuff with essential oil. So a really clean, pure one. And I'll use like a Mexican lime or a lemon cedro and put that in my water. And of course, we're going to drink a lot of extra water while we're traveling because it's dehydrating on the plane. So lots of water, and I put some essential oils in that. So it just kind of helps anything that comes into my mouth, into my digestive system, that kind of stuff. Let's see what else. Okay, flying. Flying way up high is you're exposed to a lot more radiation from the sun. It's a proven fact because you're way up higher. And so I like to use chlorella for that. So chlorella is really great for radiation. It's really good at pulling toxins out of the body. So again, it's another one of those things that's doing double duty. So I up my chlorella. I take it as soon as I land and get there. You know, I'll take it while I'm there for a little bit, and then when I come home, I'll take chlorella again as well, because it's one of the first organisms that was able to live on the planet, and it was, you know, while the planet was forming and it was gaseous and toxic, chlorella did all right and it thrived. So it's really good to help your body deal with any kind of like radiation kind of things as well. And then a big one that's not so easy to do when you're traveling is like avoid sugar and processed food. So, look, hi Margie, that's so fun. Avoid sugar and processed food while you're traveling. So sugar, when you eat sugar, it crashes your immune system by 50%. Isn't that crazy? And I think it's only like a teaspoon that does that. So it's a tiny little amount and it crashes your immune system. So I definitely avoid sugar like the day that I'm traveling and flying on the plane, and maybe like the next day as much as I can. You're traveling, right? You want to have treats and things like that, but just keep that in mind. And especially if you're not feeling good getting on a plane, really don't have sugar, because that is just going to like guarantee that your gut's going to have a problem and you're going to end up having some, you know, probably getting exposed to things and most likely getting sick from it. So sugar and then processed foods, you know, that's just not doing our body any good. And I mentioned the water already. Drink lots of water, and those are my big health tips right now for traveling. So that's what I'm going to be doing coming next week on my trip, and I hope those tips help you. And lastly, I have a new website launched today, so click on the link and check it out. Give me your feedback. I'd love what you think, and to hear what you think. And I appreciate you just being here and taking the time with me today. Okay, bye.